Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are on chess.com. I'm just looking back at my game history here, and I've got this big drag in the face right here. This I think he was 380 when I fought him. Actually, maybe he's 350. Anyway, this Cedar Rand 5 has really been a dragon for me. I keep thinking back to this game, and it keeps scaring me. In my head, I'm like, oh, I lost 3 games in a row. But when I come here to look at it, you can see I had a draw right here with Roopman. And this one I lost due to time pressure. I had unique time pressure. Unfortunately, I had to leave early. So I don't feel so bad about that one. I might have ultimately lost it, but I didn't actually get a chance to play my best. So this right here has been freaking me out. And it's like, well, am I going to go back and play more 30-minute chess or not? And I was like, I was even considering going to, I was even considering going to, I was considering going to a 10-minute time control. But the truth is, um, I don't think fast enough to do 10-minute time control. You guys might think I'm thinking slowly because I'm talking it out. But the truth is, go away. The truth is that even without streaming it, I can't think any faster. So we're gonna stick with our 30-minute time control, and we're gonna see how we do. Boom. All right, let's get to the game board. Start the game. Let's see who takes it. Oh, hang on. My phone's telling me to wake up this morning. I've done that. Alright, so let's quickly play our opening. I really need to restart my opening a little bit, but not too much. Okay, that's fine. I want to kind of control this square, I think. That would be this knight. Okay. Okay, that also defends our pawn. That's not a bad thing. How is this second move so intense and so complicated? I guess if you don't have a good defense as black, you just have to figure it out, right? With white, it's a little bit easier. You can just play a standard opening and wait for your opponent to do something. You have to pay attention to your opponent's moves, but like play your standard opening until something happens. Ah, I see. So he wants to defend this spot because he doesn't want me to take it. Well, fair enough. Um, I don't need to defend this pawn yet. The pawn is fine, right? Yeah, he hasn't attacked it. So I'm going to attack this. No, I'm going to attack this again. Okay. I think I'm fine with this trade because I'm much better with bishops than I am with knights. So the question is, where do I move my bishop? This is possible. He could still boot it with a pawn. Um, this one is quite possible and pretty powerful, I guess. Um, I feel like moving this pawn, though. Let's see, what if I move this pawn? My opponent takes. Now my knight is in danger, and I have no follow-up except moving the queen. I don't think moving the queen here is a good idea. No, it's definitely not. So it just isn't good for me. That's not a good trade. That's how this pawn ends up defending. Okay, so I guess I could move here, but that's trapping my bishop in. I do need to move at some point to get this bishop out. Excuse me. That's one thing. If I boot this pawn, it kind of rules out a fianchetto. It really weakens it. Or at the very least, it rules out queenside capture. Okay, let's not overthink it. Let's move my bishop here with the idea of moving the pawn there. I guess I would be slightly faster if I weren't streaming, but that's no biggie. We're just enjoying this together, right? So that's that. Yeah, we could optimize for being the best we could possibly be at the game as we are now at this level, or we could just optimize for enjoying the game long enough to get better at it. Which of those two is a winning move? Well, the second one, it turns out. Interesting. So what's he attacking right now? He's attacking this, which is a fair trade. This, and he is looking to attack my king, and this would be a fork. Okay. I could move my rook to remove that possibility, or I could just castle. Yeah. Okay. I could just take it at this point, and I'm honestly... Oh, okay. So I gotta do something about it. Oh, he wants me to... Okay, what if I move my queen out? I don't see where any piece is looking at it. I think that's fine. It develops my queen a little bit. I don't think it's the worst move in the world. There we go. He's at 350. I'm not going to make fun of 350s anymore. I lost my... I, 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 I learned quickly that that's not a good move on my part. All right. I can't hear the moves right now. That might be because my volume's down. Okay. Still can't hear it. I don't know. Maybe that's because it's his turn. Anyway, whatever. I need to... What's the best move for my opponent? I mean, obviously I need to go forward, right? This area is no longer really defended, though. Let's see if I go here. He takes. Then my knight's in danger a second time. I just move my knight and sort of develop it further. Yeah, I'm not seeing this being such a great move. I could just go here, bring the bishop out. It's not a horrible move, but it does mean I have to move my knight twice. Yeah, he's moving his pieces twice, right? So he's creating a weakness there. So if I can exploit that weakness, that'd be great. Now, what if I do it now? Okay, I do this. Obviously, the pawn takes. I still get booted. Or it could be the bishop takes. I mean, okay, let's think about what he's doing first. He's attacking this spot. I mean, I can take back, but that kind of leaves a weakness in my situation a little bit. If he takes with a pawn, that means his bishop can't sit there anymore. If he takes with the bishop, nothing bad happens for him. I could try defending with the queen, but I honestly don't think that's a good idea. I think I'm just going to do this, not overthink it, and just move my bishop out somewhere where I can start creating some threats. Like, that would be a good threat if I could move my pawns forward, but I castled kingside, so I can't. Okay, I could take, and then we're good. I think I just take that. Of course, if I do take, my opponent's response obviously is to try to boot my queen. I don't see any reason not to open up the center. Maybe that's what my opponent wants to do, is open the center. I guess if that works out badly for me, we'll find out. Okay, he didn't challenge the queen yet. I'm not seeing any sort of attack here. Not really. Maybe the plan is to boot the queen and bring the bishop here to attack the king. Then the king has to move and take it, but the king's already moved. The king's already castled, so that doesn't really change anything. I could move this there, but then I just lose it. I don't see the value of that move. This one looks interesting. However, knowing what he's trying to do... Let's see. His one moves here. I need my bishop to be able to defend at that point. I'd like to be able to move my bishop here to this square. And I really can't do that. I mean, it takes me 1, 2, 3 moves to do that. But let's at least do the first one. Oh wait, if I do the first one, I'm attacking the queen. And my bishop's undefended, he'll just take the bishop. So that's just a free bishop. So these locations are all out. The only option really is here. So let's go here. That's what I got. And I feel like my king is under a little bit too much pressure for me to move this rook at this point because like I want to protect this pawn. Um, I could move this rook out, which let's see, these are, if I recall correctly, these are ranks and these are files. Anyway, I could just go down here, but which file is even worth taking? Maybe this one. Well, this one's kind of more open because the bishop has mobility, although I have double pawns there, so never mind. I lack mobility there. Okay, interesting position for the queen. Now let's think about it. Okay, he might be trying to set up. Oh, he's trying to set up mate. Um, I could just strengthen myself on the dark squares and weaken myself on the light squares. His light squared bishop would then come in right away and target the rook. I could take with the queen. No, I couldn't because this would be in the way. Okay, this is obviously a pretty strong player, a relatively strong player who's figured out how to target people like me who don't know that much yet. Is there a way I could turn this into an attack of some kind? Well, I did want to move here. Man, if I had a knight there, that'd be great. Hey, I wonder what happened to my knight. I guess he really wanted that knight trade because it plays into his strategy really well. However, if I just can play principled, I should be able to defeat this anyway, assuming that I'm smart enough. Let's see. If I can just create some sort of threat, I won't have to worry about that. But man, I've got some time. Let's just take our time. Let's see. Okay. Again, I still can't move my bishop to these spots, and those same spots are going to be off limit for my queen. I could move my queen here, but then I just lose my queen. That's not a good option for me. I really want to block. Obviously, okay, so here's the thing, right? His plan right now is to move this down and prevent my queen from being able to do stuff. If I move this here, I'm offering a queen trade, but also he can't do his strategy, so I think I'll just do that and see if that's enough. We got to risk the game in order to move forward, basically. So queen takes, I take. This is my piece, right? So we wouldn't even be down anything. Good. And this guy would still be stuck here, kind of useless, still defending these two squares, but yeah. Next thing I should do is probably try to get a threat either on the queen or the bishop. Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting. So he's trying to protect this. What is he trying to do? Double protect this? Or just protect his queen? Okay, so I think he still wants to try to fight for the same area. But his queen's in the center. That's a weakness. Can I exploit it? Am I smart enough to do that? I could come here and attack the bishop. Bishop moves, and then I've got no follow-up because I can't go there. That's defended. And the queen's kind of blocking this. Oh, I should have moved my knight there. That was a perfect time to move my knight there, and then my knight would have attacked the bishop. That would have been a much better move. Yes, and that would have been a fair trade. I guess it's still a fair trade, but do I really want to be in a situation with no knights? I don't think I do. I think that's a weakness my opponent could exploit based on their previous play. Here's another idea. What if I get my bishop out of here somehow? Although there are not a lot of safe squares. That's not safe, that's not safe, that's not safe. I basically would have to undevelop it. Unless I can set up a queen trade through it, but that would still be down pieces. So the only two places I can move to are here and here. This is really rough. Okay, I could move it here, though, with hopes of moving my knight later. I think that's a good move. Queen's under attack. What a surprise. I don't think I can take that piece. If I move here, there's no trade. I'm just losing my queen. And again, if I... Oh, Fuck, that was a bad idea. Yeah, that was a really bad idea. That was a misclick. That wasn't even a blunder. That was a misclick. I was clicking around too much. Oh well. Hopefully my opponent doesn't notice. And they do. Okay, so I'm just going to lose this game, I guess. But at least the pressure's off in some sense. I don't have to protect my queen anymore. Oh, he's going to get checkmate. That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay, I need a quick rematch. I lost that because I just pushed the wrong buttons. I also had already kind of lost track of that checkmate idea. I also didn't think about it being a checkmate. I thought it was just going to be a check with a bishop, but thinking back, I probably should have just moved my queen over here. Okay, so I want to try. Am I smart enough to do that? Okay, wait. Let's defend this way. Wait. Let's defend like this. Or let's attack him, I guess. I thought I was just going to play a Scandinavian, but I'm not going to do that. Oh, it's the same player, I think. Yeah, it's the same player. Okay. I'm not going to play the same... I'm not going to play a Scandinavian so risky against... when I just lost so soundly. I could fianchetto, but that's... Oh, I need to do something about this, actually. I could do this. That protects it and attacks this again. Okay, fianchetto was not a bad move there, honestly. I probably will still fianchetto here because I need a long-term plan. Although, if he takes my bishop, it's just a blunder of a piece, right? I can't keep it. So I probably should just develop normally. Well, yeah, I think I will still fianchetto, but I need to be careful about that. I feel like I need to take this piece in order to justify all the silliness I've done, all the blunders. But would that actually help my position? I mean, it's going to double my pawns here in front of the king, which, okay. I guess at that point it wouldn't hurt to lose this spot, or it wouldn't hurt to lose this piece. Now let's see, I take, he takes, I take. I'm not seeing his follow-up there. Let's do it. See what happens. Okay, again, I'm not seeing his follow-up. Okay. I'm at least in this spot, so that's good. Oh, he takes my rook. I'm really playing poorly right now. Okay. Well, at least he can't take my bishop from where he's at. I'll just, again, develop normally. Yeah, that was his follow-up. Duh. He just won a rook. Okay, very strong player from my perspective. Man, this is really intimidating. I keep getting these strong players to fight against in the 400 range. Like, as far as I'm concerned, they're strong. So they are. And it's like, if I make a mistake before my opponent, then I never unlock their mistake. Like, I never unlock their weaknesses, right? If I'm the first one to make a mistake, then that's just trouble for me. Let's go ahead and take this central area, protect the knight. And that reveals a trade with the knight here, which I'm probably not going to do. Well, I'm down material, so it doesn't make sense to. Now his next knight move, if he goes here, would attack that, that, and that. That one looks bad for me. He doesn't. He moves this. So I just got to be careful about him coming down to this spot. I think. If he goes here. Anyway, I'm not seeing any play there. Okay, so he takes the knight. I take. I think that's, well, again, he's the one who wants even trades. Okay, so let's see. If I take here. Oh, let's not have that selected. If I take here, then he takes with a knight. Okay. I don't see another place I can move that's actually useful. I mean, maybe here, but he could still get a trade out of that. Is there a way I can create a threat? I can move here with my bishop, then he just takes the bishop instead. That doesn't really work for me in any way. Yeah, I don't think threatening scholars would be worthwhile. I don't even remember how that works, so I couldn't do that if I wanted to. I mean, yeah, I didn't think about that. Fair trades aren't even worthwhile for me. The only way, yeah, it's really just not worthwhile. So he can control the center, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm down 4 points of material. Should I really play this passively? I don't know. Like, is it worse to be down 4 points of material and have an even trade, or is it worse to play passively because you're afraid of the even trade? These are questions I don't know the answer to. Okay, queen's attacking this bishop. No, because the king defends it. Queen's attacking this pawn, which is loose at the moment. Moving this pawn would be very beneficial to me, I think. He's really, he's really well developed, and he's prevented me from developing, so he's doing a great job here. I have to castle queenside. I don't have a choice. I think I was too aggressive taking the center like that with the rook, with the knight, when I couldn't. I was already down material, and I hadn't gotten my position the way I want it sorted. So that was my mistake. Was my blunder was controlling the center when I wasn't developed enough to support it. Because what I really needed there when he booted the knight, what I really needed was some way to create counterplay. In order to keep the knight there, I had to create a bigger threat, but my other pieces weren't developed. So that was kind of my mistake. At least as black, don't try to control the center too much. Don't try to play aggressively until after you've developed. I mean, it's okay if you win the conversion, right? If you win, like, I guess if you're up material, it probably doesn't matter as much. Because, see, I still have, it's going to take me at least 3 moves to castle, and in the meantime, I've only got 1 rook, too. Let's not overthink it. Let's just move forward. There's a really good chance of losing the game, because this is a strong player, and I've given him 4 points of material. He's attacking the queen, which I don't know why. What defends this? The queen does. Oh, that's a really good trade for him. He can force me to trade queens. I don't know. I would go from being down 4 points of material to being down. No, because I can't recapture the queen. I don't have a ready recapture. Ooh, that's a really good trade for him. Okay, I can block with the knight. Yeah, I think that's good. But again, this prevents me from castling. If I move this pawn, I end up castling weak. Okay, maybe castling's not in the cards until I get some kind of counterplay. Maybe I just need to, like, move the bishop up here and try to at least threaten something over here. I don't know. Like, so far, my opponent's basically controlled every move. Okay, so he's moved this bishop back. Why, though? He wants to get behind the queen? Oops, behind the queen, but there's nothing over here to attack. Oh, he was worried about this. Okay, I guess that's as simple as that. Let's go ahead and do that and see how it goes. That is so weird. I feel like he had a winning position and he resigned. That's so strange. And I don't really have enough time to play another game, unfortunately. This is really frustrating, because I don't feel like I reclaimed my mojo. The only thing I can think is, let's review this game and see what exactly was so bad for white in this position. So, or more accurately, what I want to see is 1 move ago, what was white's best move? Or 2 moves ago, what was white's best? Yeah. So let's try reviewing it. Let me bring up my review software. Let's see. let's... Hang on, I'm gonna change my OBS settings. Okay, paste a duplicate. Window. So we don't have to do this again. I noticed that OBS held on to my... let's get rid of that. I noticed that OBS held onto my... boom. OBS held onto my... whatchamacallit. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for... Wait, I want to type words. Sorry. Chess analysis. There we go. Sorry, I'm just sorting through my OBS stuff so that I can be quicker next time. Okay, so here's the game. Let's go to the very end. Wait, why is that not working? The game is stuck for some reason. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Let's just close some stuff. I don't really know what the effect of having that open all the time is. Let's paste the game in again. Here's the game. What's going on? It doesn't have the moves imported for some reason. Well, the URL doesn't say live. Let's try this. Play history. I mean, a win's a win, though, right? At least I got up to... Let's see. When I played him, I was 433. Interesting. He beat me and then I beat him, but my points still went down. I guess because he was a lower rated player, right? The calculation is that my score should be closer to his because we had a win and a loss. Okay, that's fair enough. So if I click review, I don't really want to analyze it. I don't want to click that button because it'll... Oh, here we go. We want to copy link. We want to get the word live in the thing in order to get it. If it didn't even work, import game, online. So basically, when we have this situation, we want to type in live there in order to import it. That's such a strange thing. I feel like this software could do that itself. But now I know. Okay. Maybe I'll submit a patch. Okay. Now, at this point, what was the last thing that happened? Oh, okay, let's flip the board so it's more familiar. Here we came out like this. In this position, what is white's best move? Okay. I'm not seeing anything special here. Here's what I want to know, though. In this position, what is white's best move? Let's see, opponent's threat. Okay, so what I blocked, the best move that I blocked was moving the knight down here. Okay, what would he have done with the knight? Through my drawings. Okay, if he had the knight here, he'd be guarding this spot, this spot. Okay, this spot right here. Okay, this spot in particular would have been a fork. Oops. Would have been a fork of these two pieces. So that's... I mean, it would have won him a bishop, but that's not a reason to quit the... Like, losing the opportunity to capture a bishop is not a reason to resign a game. You know. Obviously, my queen had mobility, so it wasn't like where he thought he was guaranteed to take my queen or something. I don't know. Okay, so I have to assume the reason he resigned was because of time pressure. That's the only thing I can think of. Well, that was a fun game. Maybe he told me. I didn't actually look at chat while I was playing. I don't think he said anything. Let me see. Can I make this bigger? Guess not. Okay, he won by checkmate. Yes, he was a good sport. In the second game, I'm really not sure. Hmm. I never looked at the chat at all. And I also never heard my pieces moving or anything like that. Let me check and see something. Okay, so you guys can't hear it either. I can set up my audio graph to be magical. Let's see. I may as well show you guys this. This is kind of my fun. Let's add a. I'll just copy it. Boom, boom. Oh, boom, boom. Nope, that's not what I want. Paste duplicate, which I can't do. Selector. Display to. Share. Okay, now you guys are seeing a recursive view because you got OBS up. OBS screen. There we go. So now you can see my crazy audio setup that is always fighting me and plaguing me. Now here we've got, okay, everything goes through Reaper. Oh, you know what? What I'm not seeing right here, because I've got this in exclusive mode, I can't even see new things come up apparently. What if I turn this off? Nothing changes. Now what if I reload my chess game in the other tab? Nothing changes. Okay, let me try closing it and reopening it. Sometimes browser tabs are kind of funny about how they bring up in the sound. Yeah, I don't really know how to. Okay. Remember decision forever. There we go. Block notifications. In general, I don't even want sites to be able to offer me the chance to show notifications. Like, there's only maybe one or two in the entire world where I'd be okay with having desktop notifications. I don't know what all this stuff is about. It says OBS Studio. Whatever. I'm not really worried about it. But for some reason, Firefox is not one of the options. Or rather, my browser, which is not Firefox. Okay. Well, for whatever reason, I'm going to mark this back as exclusive because it causes fewer problems than it solves. But I guess, yeah, in the future, when I'm playing chess, I'll have to work on that. Okay. Here we go. Let's get rid of that. Oh, and it was... I'm sorry, that was transparent the whole time, too. I don't necessarily want all these to be transparent. The only one I really want transparent was the wheel one. I think properties, filters. Filters, let's turn off the... What is it? This is where we have the opacity. Okay, let's turn that off on all of these. I'll show you guys, I guess, what I'm doing. Oops, cancel. Turn off that. Again, this is another one. We don't want it. We're just going to mess with OBS settings, folks. This is not going to be a fun end of the stream, I guess, but yeah. The wheel, we want to keep it as is. Okay. Because this is the only one we really show only at the game. Anyway, there we go. There's that. Let's go with that, and boom. Aha. Well, that was a fun game. And yeah, at least I got a win in, and I haven't defeated the dragon, but I feel like I've kind of made good progress. I've done a flanking maneuver. I need to get better. I need to feel like I'm making progress in chess, and that's the dragon for me. If I can get to that point, I'll be able to maintain and keep making progress. I did lose some rating overall between these matches. I started out at 433 and I dropped down to now 412 plus 24. I really don't know how this works. What's my rating now? Go to home. It should show me, right? Okay. Oh, 412 at the moment. Okay, so if I look back here, it shows correctly, I guess. Okay. Which is weird. Okay, yeah. 717. I've played how many games overall? 16 apparently. Wait, then this 717 one isn't completely accurate. Yeah, see, I've lost 18 points over the last 30 days. Which, granted, I'm still up from where I started, but yeah. It's frustrating. That's the dragon I need to conquer. And it was not so long ago I was making fun of my opponent for having weird dips and spikes in their graphs, so I guess that's what I got. Oh, apologies. This is gonna be, we want this. Yeah, see, this is already better. I don't even have to worry about opacity now. Apparently I played 13 games according to this. Okay. What? I guess this is only tracking 13 games over the last, well, all time's going to be the same. Average opponent rating is 412. Average opponent when I win was 376. When I stalemate, it's 410. And when I lose, is 449. So it looks like I kind of deserve this rating. Well, obviously, that's how ratings work, right? They try to match what you deserve based on the numbers, right? Now, those last few opponents that were around the 400 range or even 380, like when I play against Roopman, I feel like he and I are kind of like equally skilled. It's kind of the feeling I got. This Tim Burbick, I feel like he's more skilled than me. And I feel like this C. Duran 5 was more skilled than me, even though his rating was lower. So I kind of feel like, maybe I'm ultimately destined to be a 1,000 player, let's say, and those are destined, Cedar ran 5 and the others are destined to be 1,500s or something like that, or 1,200s, I don't know. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it, although I mean, another way of looking at it is I'm getting opponents who are fairly scored because they play a lot, and so therefore, especially Cedar ran 5, he plays a lot, so I guess his score might be fair, and then I'm losing to them because I'm not because my level is exactly what it should be, right? So I have this theory. Here's my problem. I started out with the theory that my true ELO would be discovered if I just kept playing more games, right? Because I had a theory that my true ELO was a little bit higher than 400. So what I'm discovering, this is the real problem. What I'm discovering is that my actual fair rating is somewhere between 400 and 500. And not like 700. It's encouraging when you see 700s blunder games, but that doesn't mean that I can blunder as well as they can. So this guy's played how many games overall? Yeah, 3,000. So I feel like his rating is probably well deserved because he's played a large number of games. This guy has played only 9 games. So, okay, his rating might be lower than what's deserved, right? Like, once he starts playing more games, I mean, his win-loss ratio is similar. Okay, let's look at stats for him and, like, kind of compare. I wanted to look at Rapid, I think. All right, let's go to mine. Yeah, this is Rapid all-time. Let's go with 90 days. It's not calculating this for some reason. Is it because he's not been playing recently? It looks like he has. Maybe it doesn't show me this. All time. Will that make a difference? It does. Okay. Interesting. He's never won 3 games in a row. Apparently. Now, yeah. I want to check this out. Oh, you guys can't even see both. Okay. Let me fix my OBS settings. Let's take this one. We want to copy that. How can I paste it? Paste duplicate. Here we go. And then change it to select the other monitor. Now you guys can see things. Okay. If we compare here, this is what I'm interested in, right? Like, okay, so this guy just thoroughly trounced me. Look at that. Interesting. So his average opponent rating is lower than mine. So according to just this, and granted, he's only got 5 games in this time period that are being tracked. I mean, he's played more games than that, but only 5 apparently are being tracked in this. But recently, it looks like his stats are overall a little bit worse than mine. Which, and I mean, his rating is lower than mine too, so I guess that's the reason it's lower. But I feel like he's on his way up if he just keeps playing like he's been playing. But you can see he has reason to be discouraged too, because he beat me once and then he lost to me. I mean, granted, it was by resignation. He has, I guess, as much reason as I do to be frustrated, even though I feel like he was a stronger player. Yeah, so it's just a lesson not to get in your head with this stuff. Yeah, well, Satisfactory's peeking through, but none of that this morning, I'm afraid. That was that's for another time. Anyway. Yeah, okay. So that's how that lands. You know, when you start something new and there are a lot of people doing it, you just got to keep doing it until you get better. You know, you just got to find some way to stay encouraged while you suck. Play the fool. Anyway, that's all of that. And yeah, I don't have anything special to close out with, so I guess I'll catch y'all later. Have a good day. Have a good morning. Enjoy your Friday. All right?